Sri Lanka, known for its stunning beaches, lush tea plantations, and Sri Lankan wildlife. But that's not all. From fascinating firewalking rituals to man-made wonders still in use after thousands of years. Stick around as we uncover 10 shocking facts about Sri Lanka you've never heard before. Welcome to Watch the Globe, your go-to guide for uncovering the world's best-kept secrets. Let's begin with something that seems almost unbelievable. Sri Lanka is home to one of the world's oldest living civilizations. Yes, you heard that right. The Anuradhapura kingdom dates back to the 4th century BC and was one of the world's most advanced ancient cities. The ancient irrigation systems of Anuradhapura, including massive reservoirs and canals, still function today, a testament to the engineering brilliance of its time. Imagine walking among ancient ruins that have stood the test of time for millennia. It's a journey through history unlike any other. Anuradhapura was once the political and religious capital of Sri Lanka for over 300 years. These impressive ruins showcase towering stupas, palaces, monasteries, and ancient tombs. And while the physical structures of this city are awe-inspiring, the ingenuity of the ancient engineers who developed advanced water management systems is nothing short of extraordinary. In fact, the engineering marvel of Sigiriya, another site built during Sri Lanka's ancient era, is equally impressive. This rock fortress, rising dramatically over the landscape, was a royal palace in the 5th century AD and includes sophisticated water gardens, natural boulder formations, and even frescoes depicting graceful figures from that time. From ancient civilizations, we now move to the present, but with a modern twist. Did you know that Sri Lanka has some of the world's purest sapphires? Sri Lanka is often referred to as the Gem Island, and for good reason. It is one of the largest exporters of sapphires in the world, and its stones are renowned for their purity and brilliance. The Ceylon sapphire, named after the country's former name, is famous for its rich blue hue, and it's a favorite among jewelers around the globe. In fact, the British royal family has a close connection to Sri Lankan sapphires. Princess Diana's iconic engagement ring, which now belongs to Kate Middleton, features a stunning 12-carat Ceylon sapphire surrounded by diamonds. This makes Sri Lanka not just a gem-producing country, but a key player in the world's most prestigious jewelry collections. But sapphires aren't the only valuable gem here. Sri Lanka is also famous for its rubies, garnets, cat's eye, and moonstones. With a long history of gem mining, the country's Ratnapura district, literally meaning city of gems, has been producing precious stones for centuries. Visitors to this region can still witness the traditional mining methods used by local communities to extract these natural treasures. Speaking of treasures, let's explore a more hidden gem, Sri Lanka's rich biodiversity. Despite being a relatively small island, Sri Lanka is considered a biodiversity hotspot, boasting an incredible variety of wildlife. The island is home to more than 100 species of mammals and 400 species of birds, many of which are endemic to the region. What's even more incredible is that Sri Lanka is one of the few places in the world where you can see both leopards and blue whales in the same day. Sri Lanka's national parks are among the best places in the world for wildlife spotting. Yala National Park, for instance, is renowned for having the highest density of leopards in the world. Imagine watching a majestic leopard lounging on a tree branch or stalking through the bush. And if big cats aren't enough, Yala is also home to elephants, sloth bears, crocodiles, and over 200 species of birds. On the other hand, Sri Lanka's oceans are home to the blue whale, the largest animal to have ever lived. Off the southern coast, particularly near Marissa, whale-watching tours allow visitors to witness these gentle giants up close. Seeing a blue whale breach the surface of the ocean is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that draws nature lovers from across the globe. Wouldn't it be amazing to witness such diverse wildlife all within a few hours of travel? Share your thoughts in the comments below. While Sri Lanka's natural beauty is undeniable, its man-made wonders are just as jaw-dropping. Let's talk about the Sigiriya rock fortress, often called the eighth wonder of the world. The Sigiriya rock fortress is a massive ancient rock palace that rises nearly 660 feet above the surrounding jungle. Built in the 5th century AD by King Kashyapa, Sigiriya is an architectural marvel. The fortress sits atop a giant rock, which was shaped and decorated with frescoes, gardens, and even a mirror wall that was polished so perfectly that the king could see his reflection as he walked by. Climbing Sigiriya is an experience in itself. As you ascend the steep stairs carved into the rock, you're greeted by two massive lion's paws, a reminder of the grandeur that once defined this royal palace. The view from the top is breathtaking, offering a panoramic view of the lush landscape below. The rock is surrounded by a complex system of moats and gardens, which served as a royal retreat, as well as a defensive fortification. Before we move on, could I ask for a quick favor? If you're finding this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with all our latest videos and won't risk missing out on our next hidden gem. It's free, and it helps us continue bringing you the best travel content out there. Thanks so much for your support. Let's move from the heights of Sigiriya to something much lower but equally impressive, Sri Lanka's tea plantations. You've probably heard of Ceylon tea, but did you know that Sri Lanka is one of the world's largest producers of tea? Introduced by the British in the 19th century, tea is now an integral part of the country's economy and culture. The hill country of Sri Lanka, particularly areas like Nuwara Eliya and Kandy, is blanketed in lush green tea plantations, creating one of the most scenic landscapes you'll ever see. The region's cool climate, combined with its high altitudes, makes it ideal for growing tea. The tea plucking process is mostly done by hand, and visitors can tour these tea estates, learn about the tea-making process, and even enjoy a freshly brewed cup while overlooking the rolling hills. It's no wonder that Sri Lankan tea is considered some of the finest in the world, with its rich flavor and aromatic qualities. Tea isn't just an industry, it's part of Sri Lanka's national identity. Festivals, tea centers, and tea tastings are scattered throughout the hill country, making it one of the most authentic cultural experiences for visitors. Have you ever tried Ceylon tea? If so, tell us what you thought of it in the comments. From the serenity of tea plantations, we turn to an ancient medical practice that is still thriving in Sri Lanka today, Ayurveda. Ayurveda, an ancient system of medicine that originated in India over 3,000 years ago, has deep roots in Sri Lankan culture. Sri Lanka is one of the few places where Ayurveda is practiced as a mainstream form of healthcare. Many visitors come to Sri Lanka specifically for Ayurvedic treatments, which range from herbal massages and detox therapies to yoga and meditation. Ayurveda is all about restoring balance to the body, mind, and spirit, and Sri Lanka's tranquil environment provides the perfect backdrop for healing and rejuvenation. Whether you're seeking relief from stress or want to explore natural remedies for chronic ailments, Ayurvedic retreats in Sri Lanka offer a holistic approach to health and wellness. Speaking of ancient practices, did you know that Sri Lanka is home to one of the largest artificial lakes in the ancient world? The Parakrama Samudraya, or Sea of Parakrama, was built by King Parakramabahu III in the 12th century and is a massive man-made reservoir covering 5,940 acres. What's shocking is that this artificial lake was designed to collect and store water for irrigation during the dry seasons, demonstrating the incredible engineering prowess of ancient Sri Lankan kings. Even today, the lake provides water for agricultural fields in the surrounding area. It's a stunning example of how the ancient Sri Lankans understood and harnessed nature to benefit their society. Let's now shift from water to fire. Did you know that Sri Lanka has a festival that involves firewalking? The Kataragama festival is one of the most important religious events in Sri Lanka, attracting thousands of pilgrims each year. One of the most shocking and dramatic elements of this festival is the firewalking ceremony, where devotees walk barefoot across a bed of hot embers as an act of faith and devotion to the god Kataragama. The firewalking tradition is not only physically demanding but also deeply spiritual. Participants believe that if they are pure of heart, they will walk across the fire unscathed. It's a ritual that has been performed for centuries and continues to draw both local and international spectators. Would you ever try something as daring as firewalking? Let us know in the comments below. From fire to ice, or rather, something that can be equally chilling, let's talk about Sri Lanka's stilt fishermen, a unique and ancient fishing method that seems to defy logic. Sri Lankan stilt fishermen perch on wooden poles that are anchored in the shallow waters of the southern coast. From their elevated position, they skillfully catch fish using a fishing rod and a simple line. This traditional fishing technique has been passed down for generations and is still practiced today despite the challenges of modern fishing methods. The image of fishermen balanced precariously on stilts, casting their lines into the ocean, is one of the most iconic and serene sights you'll see in Sri Lanka. It's a tradition that has survived through the ages, showcasing the resilience and ingenuity of the island's people. Finally, let's wrap up with something truly mysterious. Adam's Peak, a sacred mountain that attracts pilgrims from multiple religions. Adam's Peak, also known as Sri Pada, is a towering mountain in central Sri Lanka with a footprint-shaped mark at its summit. This footprint has different meanings for different religious groups. Buddhists believe it to be the footprint of Buddha. Hindus attribute it to Lord Shiva. Muslims and Christians associate it with Adam or St. Thomas. Climbing Adam's Peak is a spiritual journey for many, and during pilgrimage season, thousands of devotees ascend the mountain, often starting the climb at night to reach the summit by sunrise. The view from the top is said to be one of the most awe-inspiring in all of Sri Lanka, and the experience is both physically and spiritually rewarding. From ancient civilizations and sapphire treasures to wildlife wonders and spiritual journeys, Sri Lanka is a land full of surprises. Whether you're fascinated by the engineering marvels of ancient kings or the island's rich biodiversity, Sri Lanka offers something for everyone. This small island packs a punch when it comes to culture, history, and natural beauty. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Watch the Globe for more travel tips and hidden gems. Until next time, keep exploring and keep dreaming.